The Delta News Morning.
And welcome back to the Delta News Morning. Well, if you're a fan of documentary films, you might want to listen up. This morning I'm joined by Mr. Kenneth Ng and Mr. Aaron Parks. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. Hey, you guys traveled a long way to be here today.
Yeah, it's amazing. We were brought to Mississippi Delta area by the QEP, and we visited. First, we were in Memphis. Then we were at the Delta State University.
Taking a trip all the way down. You guys are from L.A., right?
Yeah,
Yes.
we both live in L.A. He's from Boston. I originally from Nebraska.
Yeah.
And ended up, that's so funny. Tell us this morning why you guys are here. Kenneth, you a really personal story.
Yes.
And really something you've actually put to film and now sharing with the world. Tell us about what this is, this documentary.
Yeah, this film is a personal film, a documentary that I decided to make in 2007. So growing up in Boston, my father would always tell me the story about walking for 7 days and 6 nights and then swimming for 4 hours to leave communist China in 1966, the Cultural Revolution. So growing up in Boston, I really didn't understand the story until I, brought him back to China. So growing up in Boston, to avoid being bullied, I kind of went away from my culture. So I was sort of a self-hating Chinese. So it was a point in my life when I really wanted to fulfill who I am and learn about my history. So it was trying to come to terms with who I am as a person.
And Aaron, as you've been a part of this, what is the big impact to you as you've seen this story and this journey?
Well, I think it's a really cool story because, I didn't know a lot of that, just the history of that kind of recent, migration that his father was a part of and learning about all the different ways of Chinese immigration that had come to the country. And it was just really neat to go back and see that and to see China and just to think about those things you don't necessarily think about like in your everyday life. And it's like, well, what was my family's immigration story? What was that like in the 1880s when they came through Ellis Island or whatever? So it just kind of, it's self-reflection through someone else's story.
And Kenneth, let me ask this: as you began to really kind of see your dad, did it change how you viewed who your dad was? Obviously it impacted how you saw yourself, but what about your dad?
Yeah, I feel like the younger generation, there's such a disconnect with the older generation, trying to understand what they've done for us. The young, giving us the opportunities to go to school,
right.
Raising us the way they did. So I feel like, as a young person, I really didn't understand all that, and as I got older, I had better, deeper, more curiosity to try to, learn about all that and have more gratitude.
That's amazing. That's amazing. All right, so you guys have already hit Memphis. You're coming through. You're showing tonight as well, right? Where are you showing tonight?
At the Bass Auditorium here in Greenville.
Okay.
And then we're going to go to then tomorrow we're going to go down to Jackson State, which would be really cool. It's a historically black college to kind of be a neat sort of cross-cultural diversity chat. And then we're going to the Oxford Public Library, and then we're going to hit up Hernando after that.
All over the Mississippi. One last question: has it surprised you the Chinese culture that is here? Has that been a big surprise for you?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Growing up in Boston, you think I live in a little bubble up there, and you don't think there's any Chinese other places, but just learning more and coming here and seeing with our own eyes that there's a deep history here. Chinese people that have been here for generations. It made me even more proud to be Chinese. Just learning about the history, it's just amazing.
And all right, so tonight, if folks want to see this film and get a chance, 6 o'clock, is that right?
Yes, please come at 6 p.m. EE Bass Auditorium.
EE Bass, fantastic.
Bass, sorry.
Fantastic. Guys, thanks so much for being here this morning, and I can't wait to see that film. It's at EE Bass tonight, and it's going to be at Jackson State tomorrow. If you can't make tonight and want to try that one, do that. Stay with us. We've got more coming up after our break. We'll be right back.